Story. He gets revenge for a 4 a.m. robocall from his son's school. Wait till you hear what he did after this very rude awakening. The big battle that Republicans said they would take up as soon as the new Congress got into place. The health care overhaul. But of course, in the days after the Tucson tragedy, everybody turned their attention to focusing on that. Legislative business stopped for a little while out of respect for the victims. And now the GOP says, though, that they feel that the people expect them to do the business that they were sent to Washington to do. So we're now hearing that we may get a possible vote as early as next week in their efforts to repeal this law. Let's get an update on all of this from Bob Cusack, who's the managing editor. You know, when you have a snow day, now they do all these robocalls, as Mr. Tice just pointed out to us. The other day we had one, I got 3 calls. The phone started ringing in the house, then my husband's cell phone and my cell phone started ringing in the house. And of course, if you have 2 kids in the same school system, they do that whole process twice. And we know!
We got it. We got the point. It's happened in our house, too. And we were getting emails as well. So they got us coming and going.
Good for him. That was funny. That was very ingenious. All right. Well, back to much earlier, that the Taliban was relenting on its opposition of the education of young girls. But we have seen the brutal regime attack schools that teach women, even attacking female teachers.
Keep them doggies rolling.
Well, how about this morning? The new Wall Street Journal poll finds that economists are increasingly optimistic about the pace of our economic recovery. But that does not mean necessarily that it's smooth sailing for consumers or anybody out there, right? Well, the producer price index is one measure. All right, well, this is what you call not a good thing. Martha Stewart hospitalized after getting struck in the face by her own dog. I read this morning.
We wish her well.
You know, bidding up on that one. Yours should say Jersey Boy.
Jersey Boy.
Yeah,
that'd be
Jersey
nice.
Boy. And I could have Jersey Girl on mine.
I would be proud.
I would be proud, too. All right, moving on here. Congress on the verge of coming back to work. Will be remembered by hundreds of judges who are going to be there. That's how we start a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. Good to have you with us on this Friday morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm Martha Maccallum, and welcome to you, Rick.
Thank you very much. Rick Fulbaum in for Bill today, and Judge is just heartbreaking. And here this woman is bringing her neighbor who was showing an interest in government and current events.
Susie Heilemann and her husband are, and we've gotten to know them a little bit through this tragedy. And if there's anything good that comes of this, it's, you know, just Americans learning about other people's lives and how much people have meant to each other. And Mr. Heilemann said that John Green, Christina's dad, called him on the morning of his daughter's funeral and said, you know, how is Susie doing? How's your wife doing? When can we come by and see her? And Mr. Heilemann was just so struck. You know, how could he call on the morning of his daughter's funeral and be concerned about our family as well? So, you know, if there's anything that's heartwarming in this, it is the acknowledgement of these great relationships that these people have with each other and the strength that will pull them through, hopefully because of it.
Well said. Well said.
All right. Well, now there is new word coming in this morning that NASA has a backup plan in case Congresswoman Gifford's husband cannot leave her side in time for his next mission in space. As you probably
very much.
Boy, there was a time when muni bonds were about as safe as you could get.
Yeah, that's why people went there.
Exactly. So that is one to watch. All right. Well, this passenger was taken for quite a ride on the driver's
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round.
All right. It turns out I'm not an Aquarius. I'm a Capricorn.
Really?
Yeah. But this is a big. Is
your whole world rocked
And 2
right
of my
now?
children are something I've never heard of before, called an Ophiuchus. So we're going to have more on that coming up, I promise.
Easy
But in
for
the
you to say.
meantime,